Hi guys, it's Miss Galati. I'm going to tape myself with this lesson because there's two parts to it, and put it up on YouTube. And I'm also going to be available tomorrow for a Google Meet, which is Friday. And I will put that out on Remind as well as Schoology. So let's start because we're going to go into Amplify. The first thing that you're going to need to do is go into Unit 7B, Character and Conflict, go into Raisin in the Sun, which is subunit 2. We've already done lesson 1, okay? We've done lesson 3. We're going to go into lesson 4, but we're only going to do a part of lesson 4 because most of lesson 4 would be something that we would do in class with dramatic readings and acting out. And unfortunately, we can't do that at this point. So your first thing is lesson 4, and we're going to go to activity or tab 4 up here where it says exit ticket. So we're going to skip all the way to the exit ticket. Okay, the very first thing that we're going to see is sort of like a poll, but you have to figure out if you've ever seen certain dramatic representations as like in a play or watching a movie or actually reading a play, and what the differences are in what you perceive. So it says reflect on your experience reading a play, watching a play, and watching a movie. Mark the information the viewer uses in each case to understand a character's emotions. Okay, so how do they show their emotions when they're on stage? How do they show their emotions in a movie? And how do they show you their emotions on a script? Okay, so seeing the character's face would definitely be a live performance and a movie version. So just think about that for a second. You're not going to see a character's face in front of you when you're reading a script. Okay. Reading the stage directions. Would you see that in a live performance and on a movie? No, but you would see it in a script. Okay. Does that make sense? Hearing the sound of the character's voice. You would definitely hear it in a live performance and a movie version. Understanding the character's words, that would probably be all three when you understand what the character is saying. Okay. So number 3 is the first two, and number 4 would be all three. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. So then we're going to look at briefly explain which version helps you understand the character best and why. That is really something that is an opinion based on, okay, backing things up with examples. So you're going to use race, but it'll only be a few sentences there. Okay. Once you finish that, you're going to hand that in, and then you're going to go to your tab 5, which is your solo. Okay. And on your solo, you're going to read the assigned text and answer the questions. Go to card 2 to read the assigned text. This is scene 2. And the reason that we wanted to make sure that you read this is because it kind of skips around in Amplify with the readings, and we want you to understand what is happening in the plot. So in scene 2, we start with Beneatha, and she says, "Oh my God, that must be a Sagai." Mama says to Ruth, "Come on now, honey. You need to lie down and rest a while, then have some nice hot food." Ruth and Mama exit. Ruth's weight on her mother-in-law, Beneatha, herself profoundly disturbed, opens the door to admit a rather dramatic-looking young man with a large package. "Hello, Alayo," Beneath Asargai says. Beneatha says, holding the door open and regarding him with pleasure, "Hello. Well, come in, and please excuse everything. My mother was very upset about my letting anyone come here with the place like this." He says, coming into the room, "You look disturbed too. Is something wrong?" Beneath us, still at the door, "Yes, we've all got acute ghetto-itis." She smiles. and comes toward him, finding a cigarette and sitting. So, sit down. No, wait. She whips the spray gun off the sofa where she had left it and puts the cushions back. At last, perched on the arm of the sofa, he sits. So, how was Canada? He says in sophisticated manner. Canadian, Beneatha says, looking at him. Asagai, I'm very glad you're back. And he says, looking back at her in turn, are you really? Yes, very. Why? You were quite glad when I went away. What happened? You went away. Ah, before, you wanted to be so serious, before there was time. How much time must there be before one knows what one feels? Beneatha, stalling this particular conversation, her hands pressed together in a deliberately childish gesture. What did you bring me? Open it and see, handing her the package. Eagerly opening the package and drawing out some records and the colorful robes of a Nigerian woman. Oh, Asagai, you got them for me? How beautiful! And the records too? She lifts out the robes and runs to the mirror with them and holds the drapery up in front of herself. Asagai, coming to her at the mirror, I shall have to teach you how to drape it properly. He flings the material about her for the moment and stands back to look at her. Ah, Opegede, oh, goodbye, Mouche, a Yoruba explanation for admiration. You wear it well, very well, mutilated hair and all. Beneatha turned suddenly. My hair? What's wrong with my hair? Shrugging. Were you born with it like that? Reaching up to touch it. No, of course not. She looks back to the mirror, disturbed. Asagai smiling. How then? You know perfectly well how, as crinkly as yours, that's how. And it is ugly to you that way? Oh no, not ugly, she says more slowly, apologetically, but it's so hard to manage when it's, well, raw. And so to accommodate that, you mutilate it every week. It's not mutilation. He laughs loud at her seriousness. Oh, please. I am only teasing you because you are so very serious about things. He stands back from her and folds his arm across his chest as he watches her pulling at her hair and frowning in the mirror. Do you remember the first time you met me at school? A mock dismissal of the importance of the question. You came up to me and you said, and I thought you were the most serious little thing I'd ever seen. You said, Mr. Asagai, I want very much to talk with you about Africa. You see, Mr. Asagai, I'm looking for my identity. And he laughs. Beneatha turns to him, not laughing. Yes, her face is quizzical, profoundly disturbed. Still teasing and reaching out and talking her face in his hands and turning her profile to him, he says, well, it's true that it is not so much a profile of a Hollywood queen as perhaps a queen of denial. A mock dismissal of the importance of the question, but what does it matter? Assimilationism is so popular in your country. And assimilationism, obviously, if you click on that, it will tell you what it means. And it says the belief that one racial or cultural group should become part of another instead of remaining separate. So you have to assimilate all the ways of the culture that you move into. Beneatha, wheeling passionately, sharply, I am not an assimilationist. He says. The protest hangs in the room for a moment, and Asagai studies her, his laughter fading. Such a serious one. So, you like the robes? You must take excellent care of them. They are from my sister's personal wardrobe. Beneatha, with incredulity. You sent all the way home for me? He says with charm, for you, I would do so much more. Well, that is what I came for. I must go. Will you call me Monday? He says, yes, we have a great deal to talk about. I mean, about identity and time and all that. Time? Yes, he says, about how much time one needs to know what one feels. Beneatha says, you see, you never understood that there is more than one kind of a feeling which can exist between a man and a woman. Or at least there should be. He shakes his head negatively but gently. No, between a man and a woman, there need be only one kind of feeling. I have that for you, now even, right this moment. Beneatha, I know, and by itself, It won't do. I can find that anywhere. Asagai, for a woman, it should be enough. Benita, I know, because that's what it says in all the novels that men write, but it isn't. Go ahead and laugh, but I'm not interested in being someone's episode in America or with feminine vengeance. One of them. Asagai has burst into laughter again. That's funny as hell, huh? And he says, it's just that every American girl I have known has said that to me. White, black, in this, you are all the same. And the same speech, too. Benita angrily, yuck, yuck, yuck. Asagai says, it's how you can be sure that the world's most liberated women are not liberated at all. You all talk about it too much. Okay, so that is card 2. If you go to card 3, who is Asagai? A friend of the family, Walter's business partner, a friend of Benita's, or Ruth's employer. So you have to answer that A, B, C, or D. And obviously, he knows Benita. Go to card 4. What makes Asagai's gift to Benita so meaningful to her? His gift symbolizes his wealth. Benita now has a piece of her parents' tradition. Asagai has shared the latest fashion at the university. Or his gift helps Benita feel a closer connection to Africa. Okay, so think about this. It's not about his wealth, okay, and it's not her parents' tradition because her parent is Mama and Big Walter. So think about whether it would be C or D. Go next to card 5. According to Asagai, Benita is mutilating her hair because she does what? In the drop-down menu, does she cut it often, dye it often, change it from her natural look, or leave it natural? You should know that without a shadow of a doubt, and then go to card 6. On card 6, in this scene, we learn a great deal about Asagai. Based on the text, determine which statements are true or false. Asagai is from Nigeria, true or false? Asagai is from Alayo region in Africa, true or false? Asagai is a member of the Yoruba people, true or false? And then we're going to go to read this part that we haven't read to find that out. Actually, we have read it, sorry. So you would reread it if you need to in order to figure out where he came from. And then we're going to go to card 7. And in card 7, Asagai uses the nickname Alayo for Benita. His best description of Alayo is one for whom bread, food is not enough. Why do you think he calls her this? Think about Benita's personality and what she demands, what she wants out of life. Why does he call her what is basically loosely translated into one for whom bread and food is not enough? Because bread and food are nature's basic needs for people, but she wants more. So kind of to piggyback off of that idea and then hand this solo in, okay? At that point, we will go to the next lesson, but I'm gonna leave this here for you so that you can do this first. And I'm gonna split this this week's assignment into 2 videos, I believe, so that they're not so long and overwhelming. So you can start and stop and whatever that you need to in order to get the assignment done. So for that, that was the lesson 4, the exit ticket and the solo. Like I said, tomorrow I will be holding, which is Friday, I will be holding a Google Meet so that we can talk about this if you need extra help. But I hope that this actually works for you. Have a great day.